So again, this can't get any more real life than this lesson. Again, I really like the book with all the real life examples, but tax and tip especially, everybody can deal with that. Anybody that's bought anything has paid taxes on it. So if you look at the first one, we won't even talk about what do you notice, what do you wonder, but you'll notice the sunglasses are $10, but the cash register says $10.45. Obviously, the reason for that is to tax. Okay, the tax. Okay, next page. Different cities have different sales tax rates. Okay, if you buy something in Valley City, your sales tax is different than if you go to Fargo. Okay, based on what projects they have going on, what is being assessed. So the first example here, we're going to fill out both tables and then compare them and talk about the different tax rates. So the cost of these items in the city, you'll notice, are the same. However, the tax is different. So hopefully you can tell which city already has the highest tax by looking at the columns. But let's fill one out together and see if you can handle the other one. Okay. Easiest one to fill out is probably this one right here. How much is a lamp going to cost total? 26.5. So you can go ahead and fill that in. I'd prefer, obviously, a dollar sign in there. I'm not sure why they don't. You are talking money here, maybe because they have dollars on the label. Anytime we're talking money, I like to include that. So how can I get the next one? Well, how do I get from 25 to 1? Or you could even use this one. How do I get from 8 to 1? Divide by 8. So what is 48 cents divided by 8? And if you're not sure, you can then certainly divide it. 6 what? I mean, if I put a 6 here, it's going to look like $6. 60 cents or 6 cents. Obviously, this one would be 6 cents. So how much is a total pack of gum? $1.06. Okay, now I buy a $12 item, so 1 times 12 gives me 12. What's 6 cents times 12? 72 what? Cents. So my total is going to be $12.72. All right, so maybe you can tell, especially using the constant or proportionality here, what goes next to the x? What am I taking all these things times to get this? 0.06 times everything in the left column, in this case, x. Again, the constant proportionality gives that away. So what is the last column? I'm adding both of these together, right? So what is 1x plus another 0.06x? So this is 1, right? This is 1x. What's 1 plus 0.06? 1.06 x. So by looking at that, could you tell me what the sales tax rate is?
For every dollar, it's 6 cents.
6%. City 1 is 6% tax. All right, I would like you to try to fill out this one. Exact same problem. Fill it out, yes.
Wouldn't tax be cheaper in Fargo or Jamestown because there's more people shopping?
Yeah, but they might have some more roads to work on, or the diversion project. They'll divvy that out to different people in the community. So everybody that buys.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that buy stuff.
Like I think when Valley did that central project, I think they added 0.25% of the tax to help pay for that on every purchase in town.
Isn't it 7%?
How much is it?
I'm not sure
Here.
what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody really pays attention.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Not buy anything?
Yeah.
Well, I'm straight.
I'll see if I can find it though. Found it.
I was
7.5.
Fargo is 7.5%. Well, let me get to the V's, so it's the same.
Oh, wow, real estate. Cheapers.
It's free, it's not free real estate.
Valley.
It's free real estate.
It's not free real estate.
Looks like if you live on an Air Force base, you're got a little discount.
I'm gonna go live on an airport.
Hazel.
Oh, no, I'm gonna go live in Belgium.
It's like,
It's like 6%.
I'm looking for it.
So it looks like the state gets 5%, and anything above that, then the city would get.
Oh,
So every purchase you make in Valley City, 2.5% stays locally, 5% goes to the state.
cheapers.
That's not that bad.
Wait, so if you go to like the middle of
It could be.
All right.
It's 8%.
Rylan, you got it all done?
No. I've been worried about our taxes.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Worry about City 2's taxes.
I think I have it.
Kaylee, you got it? You want to give me the... Why don't you give me these ones going straight down?
0.96 and 0.08x.
Next column going straight down. Read.
27. 1.08. 12.72.
Should be 96. I think you got 7.2 from the one above. And last one?
1.08x.
And then the sales tax rate would be 8%. Okay, so again, that's a 2% difference from City 1 to City 2. I mean, on a $25 purchase, that's 50 cents. So,
That's still cheaper than Valley.
Adds up.
Don't tell me.
so $100 would cost you another $2 in taxes.
That's not too bad.
All right, shopping in a third city. Here's the sales tax rate on the same items. Now this is city number 3. Let's fill out the table. Only one thing we got to figure out is how much we get charged for laundry soap. Yes, 84 extra cents. Take it times 7, because there's 7% tax. Or maybe you said, hey, I got to take this times 12, so I got to take 7 cents times 12. Either way, you're going to get 84 cents. What's the sales tax rate? We kind of already answered that. 7%. So now we got a city that's got 6%, 7%, 8%. Number 2, for the sales tax on the laundry soap, Karen says it should be 84 cents. Lynn says it should be 87 cents. Do you agree with either of them, and explain? That one's pretty easy, right? We already answered that one. Rylan?
Karen is right because it says right there.
Because we
That,
did the
that was a
math.
quality explanation.
We did the math.
Yeah, that's what I put on my homework. We did the math.
Yes, yes, we did the math.
One time I just said.
All right. So this is always going to be easiest to see the tax rate here. If you are ever given just one item and you don't want to get the constant proportionality, I'm going to give you the formula. Here's the formula you would use. I'd write this one down. If you take the sales tax, which would be this column, divided by the price, which would be this column, second divided by the first, that sound familiar? You'll be able to get your percent tax rate. Now, if you actually took these and you divided them all out, I'm going to do that for you. This one we know is going to come out to 7%, right? I'm going to show you the top one. What percent would that be?
7.
7.25, 7.25. Next item. 7.3%. Now, why is that?
Do that at night.
Why doesn't it come out perfectly? Well, because you're taking it times a percent. They're rounding this. This might actually turn out to be 58.2 cents, right? But they're going to round it for you because we use dollars and cents. It's not going to be perfect. Okay, so the book wanted you to divide them all out and average it, but I mean, this is close enough for me. 7%, 6%, 7%, 8%. Next page. Finally gonna get to a restaurant here. Jada has a meal at a restaurant. She adds up the prices, 42 bucks. When the check comes, it also says they need to pay $3.99 in sales tax. What percent of the subtotal is the sales tax? So we're comparing the tax to the subtotal. So I need to take the tax, which is $3.99, divided by the subtotal, which is 42 bucks. So I would like you to take $3.99 divided by 42. We'll do this one together. 42 into 399. What number you want to try? Maybe 9 even. 36, 37. 9 will work. 210.
Perfect.
5. Comes out perfect. So what percent is that? 9.5%. Okay, that's what percent of the tax is our subtotal. B. After tax, the total is $45.99. What percent of the subtotal is the total? So I'm taking the subtotal divided by my total.
So the 9.5 is like the restaurant's tax or the city's?
That would be, no, the restaurant can't make up their own tax. That'd be the city. No, they can't make up their own and then pocket that money.
Oh, then
They adjust it based on, so they'll just charge more.
you should be blocking all the time.
All right, so 42 divided by 45.99. Now, we could divide it out, but I'm going to give you a little hint here. And let's just talk this one out. If I pay the entire bill before tax, 42 bucks is my bill, I pay $42, how much should I pay? What percent of it? 100, right? I pay 100% of it. And now I get charged 9.5% more. So I'm paying 100% of it plus another 9.5%. So what percent am I paying total? I'm paying 109.5%, which is what you would get if you would divide it. Because I'm paying my entire bill, 100% of it. I'm getting charged 9.5% tax. I'm paying that too. So I'm paying almost 110% of my bill with the tax included. And that is not including leaving a tip. We're at a restaurant.
They only tip
Okay? They left $7. You are only supposed to tip on this amount, pre-tax. What percent of the subtotal is the tip? So I left $7. What was my subtotal again? 42. Here's a good chance to reduce if you want to deal with smaller numbers. Want to deal with smaller numbers? No? Yes?
Yes.
No, yeah.
All right. If you don't like smaller numbers, you do 7 divided by 42. I'm going to reduce it so I can deal with 1 divided by 6. Rylan, how many times 6 going to 10?
1.
6 into 40?
That would be 6.
6 into 40?
6.
It's going to keep going, right? So about 16.6% repeating or 16.7%, however you want to say that. That is a percent tip you left. About a 17% tip. Sales tax rate is 9.5%. We already said that. We answered that in the first question.
Wait, did you just look down and
Actually, I think it's referring to the next problem, but it's the same tax rate. All right. Buying some breadsticks, ravioli, cheesecake. Wouldn't be 10 o'clock in the morning. That would all sound pretty good. Figure out our sales tax. So 9.5%. 24.95. What is 9.5% as a decimal?
0.95.
Move it over 2 spots to the left, right? 0.095. Multiply that out, see what you get. Did you get a pretty long number? All right, so now you can see why they don't come out even. You should end up with 2.37025. Now, obviously, our currency doesn't go that far. Thank goodness, that'd be a lot of coins, right? They're always going to round it to dollars and cents. So you have to decide, do you think they're going to charge you $2.37 or $2.38?
238.
No, they're only going to charge $2.37. If that was 5 or higher behind it, they would certainly move it up. But they're going to charge you $2.37. That's all it was asking here for the first one. It's not even asking for a total. Obviously, you would add that. I want to talk about B. Now it gives you the tax. What's the subtotal? So this one, I took the subtotal times the percent to give me this. If I go backwards, what do you think I'm going to have to do? Divide it. I would have to take 1.61 divided by 0.095. I'm going to give you that one just so you can see what it is. What were the numbers again?
1.61.
Divided by 0.095.
16.94.
How much do you think the subtotal is? 1695. 16.947. I'm going to call that $16.95. Are you ready there? It says your entire cost of your meal and tax and tip together was 25%. What could the tax rate and tip rate be? Okay, what's a good tax rate? The ones that we looked at that's realistic.
5%.
5%? That's pretty low. That means you would tip 20%. I mean, that's fine. Remember, our tax rate is probably going to be between 5 and 9. Okay, 7 would have been fine. Then you got, what, an 18% tip. Both would have been fine. All right, take a look at your homework starting on page 83. Together, let's put that one as a decimal, 7.25%. And 0.0725. So that's what I'm going to multiply these numbers times to give me the sales tax. Remember, no more than 2 decimals based on our currency. Okay, 3 they have to multiply there. Number 2, circle word all. Question number 3 starts on page 83, but does go on to the next page.
Move the bottom table down.
What's that?
How can they just move the bottom table down a little bit, so you put the question on the next page?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Little hint on number 3. Remember, the book kind of wants you to do them all and average it. I would use the top number to help you figure out the sales tax rate, because that's a pretty easy one when it's got a nice 10 up there. I would use that one to help you answer the question. Okay, find each amount. Just some multiplying there. Remember, make your percent into a decimal. Move the decimal 2 spots to the left, and then multiply times 25, multiply by 50, multiply by 99. 5, I think you can certainly handle. 50 or 18% more. We just did one like that yesterday on the homework. I believe that one was more as well. 6, circumference is diameter times pi, remember. It's giving you the radius for a couple. It's giving you the circumference for a couple. And that is it, those 6 problems. And that will be due next class period.